Well, hello there, YouTube. This is Caleb and Kyle Rock. Today is Trash Pick Tuesday. Pardon the mess, we are actually in my kitchen right now. The reason for this is the only TV that I have that has AV inputs. My main TV actually has a 3.5 to AV adapter. It requires that adapter. And I have lost that adapter. So this is the only TV that I really have that has AV inputs. And you're like, well, AV inputs, what are you running with AV inputs? Well, a Nintendo Wii. So again, everything in this video pretty much came from the garbage. This exact TV, a TCL, I guess a 32-inch TV. I actually found this by the dumpster at my apartments. Fully functional, does not have the remote, doesn't appear to be cracked. Actually a smart TV. If you look down here, it's actually a Roku TV. So yeah, this was found in the garbage. So Trash Pick Tuesday. Here's something that was out of the trash. And then the main focus today is actually a Nintendo Wii. Let's take a quick look at this device. I've actually never ever tested this before. I've had this Wii for probably close to 2 years, just been sitting in a bag. Basically, inside of the plastic bag, it came with the Wii, the sensor bar, the AV cable, the power supply, and then looks like two nunchucks, as well as a random laptop battery. So that was all in here. I found this, I think, at a recycling center one time. It was just sitting in the corner, and I got it all for free. So never been tested. I have no clue if it works. The Wii itself has seen better days. It's really scratched up. It's missing the panel covers for the GameCube ports, as well as the memory card. So both of those plastic pieces are gone. Luckily enough, this is the backwards compatible model, obviously with the controller ports. So this is a more desirable model than like a Wii Mini or the versions that don't have this capability. So kind of a launch model type deal. Unfortunately, there is no SD card inside of the slot, but that door is actually here. And then the actual front plate actually looks to be like separating from the console. And then when I push like the power button and things, they don't seem to press. So we may need to take this apart in order to even test it. I actually have never plugged this thing in. I have no idea. I just have everything set up ready to test. It actually did not come with a Wiimote, so luckily I have another Wii and a Wii U. This is the controller from those consoles, so we can use that for testing. And then kind of running with the theme of Trash Pick Tuesday. These are not from the trash. These games did not come from the trash, but I got them at a flea market this weekend. Again, the case is really jacked up and the discs are really bad. I've kind of wiped this one off. Still really scratched. We'll see if that even works. So it's kind of untested, barely, we know it works, but it came from the garbage. These two games were actually $5 in total. Again, I have no idea if they work, but if they do, that is a pretty good deal, because even this game right here, I think is worth like $10-15 probably. And then the other one probably about the same, a little less. Donkey Kong Country Returns. But I do know you can get $10 like cash directly from GameStop, which of course they always rip you off. So worst case scenario, if I just wanted to flip it really easily, I could take it to GameStop and get double my money from what I paid for both of these games. So again, untested, Trash Pick TV, basically out of the trash Wii. Let's take a look and see if it works. So I've got the power plugged into the wall over there. And then we've got the AV cable. We're going to do the same thing and plug that guy into here. And that cable is already in the back of the TV. There we go. And then the nunchuck, super messy bit of wires, but let's plug that guy in too. So kind of excited to see what might be on this Wii. Might have some applications, maybe, I don't really know. It could be some save games, I doubt it, but more likely apps than anything. So we'll kind of place that Wii sensor here. Oh, we do have a red light. So that is encouraging. So let's give it a try. Let's see if we can turn it on. Yeah, my suspicion here, it looks like that button is not pressing correctly. Oh, I finally got it to go. That's a good sign. Hey, we got a working Wii, guys. So it says press A to continue. We are going to need to sync the controller. So I think we just push the red button right here. It starts blinking, and then we do the same thing in here. That doesn't press either. Maybe push really, really hard. There, I got it. So now it is actually connected. Let's put that back cover back on. Maybe. It's not seeing my cursor. Sensor bar working. Oop, I did not have that plugged in correctly. Let's get another whirl. There we go. Once you plug it in correctly, it works. So it looks like we do have Netflix. Leave a comment if you remember Netflix on the Wii. I think a lot of people use the Wii for Netflix. Go over here. Looks like all nothing. So this Wii is also not soft modded. I'm not noticing the homebrew channel or anything like that. Let's see if there's any Mii's. Wow, I don't think there's any Mii's either. Yeah, no Mii's. Interesting. So we have Netflix, but no Mii's. Well, that's kind of not unsurprising. These Wii's are very, very resilient. I remember a long time ago on eBay, I bought a Wii, 4 parts, took it apart, did a little cleaning on it, came back to life there. Pretty darn resilient. The disk drives, hit or miss. I guess I've never had one that failed, but I've heard, I mean, that's a wear and tear item. It very well could not work. So let's take our very, very scratched disk. Could be the disk, could be the drive, or it might just work. I have no clue. Let's give it a shot. I went in smooth. That's, oh, blue light. Good. Let's see if anything shows up here. Just thinking about it. Hey, new Super Mario Bros. Wii. Let's see if that thing will launch. All right. Make sure to use your wrist strap so you don't break your trash TV. Yeah. Got it. Perfect. Wow, there we go. She works. Doesn't mean that it might, fail to load later on, but at least it does get to the menu. It appears to play. Sweet. So let's go ahead and eject this and test out Donkey Kong. Oh, do I have to go home before I do that? Whoops. Oh, I can't go home? Okay. So don't eject the disc when it's running. I thought it would just go back to the home screen. See if we can hit the reset button. Now Donkey Kong I have not wiped off the disc at all. There's actually some shmoo all over the disc. So let's give it a little, the little shirt rub, see if that helps. Yeah, still really dirty. Let's take a look though. Blue light again. Hey, all right, that is a good sign. All right, so that looks like it loaded up. Let's fully get into the game. Got a cat looking for investigation work. Oh, this could not be red. Totally understandable. I think maybe a clean would help out, especially because it read some of it. But 1 for 2, that's not terrible. But yeah, let's have to give that a clean and try that again later. But yeah, that's the gist of it, guys. I just wanted to take a look at pretty much everything that was trash picked and free. Free Wii, free TV, free nunchucks, sensor bar. Actually, the webcam that I'm recording from is a Logitech 1080p camera. That also was from the garbage. People threw it away because the cable was broken. So I soldered a new USB connection, and as you can see, it's working just fine. So thanks for watching my quick little video here. Again, sorry that we're in the kitchen, kind of just the only place that I could pull out this trash TV and have a little area to work with. So thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day.